In this video, I'm going to talk about how you're not lazy and you're just mentally programmed. And in my first point, I'm going to talk about how society normalized thinking we have endless time and that we're going to live forever. I'm going to talk about Surah Luqman, verse in the Quran, and Ayah 34 as Surah Luqman. It talks about no soul will know what it earns tomorrow, and no soul will know which land it will die, which is basically saying tomorrow isn't guaranteed. So stop wasting time and start focusing. This is my reflection. Start focusing on your intentions, stop wasting them, and stop focusing on distraction. The more intentional you are, the more productive you'll be. And my second point goes into stimulation. This is one thing we all like have like a bad habit of, is we tend to scroll. We just tend to scroll to think it's just us resting, but it's not. All it does is basically drain you, rewrites the whole soul to think that it's okay to have no do something with no effort, which is basically making you impatient, making you dislike learning. And I'll mention a verse talking about this too. I think it is Surah Al-Qiyamah, ayah 20 to 21. No, you love the immediate, and leave the hereafter. So it's saying we like instant pleasure, but we do not like long-term growth. So we tend to basically focus more on distraction instead of doing something that's for the long term. And we think because we can take shortcuts, and just because it's not as ethical and it's faster, we'll take it. But that's such a bad way of doing it. And especially when you do stuff like that, you're ruining your discipline, and it's not gaining you in anything. So obviously, so start focusing on reading the Quran, because reading the Quran actually makes you have inner stability. And I'm gonna talk about a verse that should wake you up. In Surah Al-Mu'mineen, Ayah 115, do you think we created you uselessly, and that to us you would not be returned? People think they need to find their purpose, but in reality, they're meant to live their purpose. So, what I'm trying to say is, instead of trying to rush and read the pages of the Quran, understand more verses. And when I mean understand, start living. Start living the verses that are mentioned in the Quran. One ayah understood is better than 10 pages rushed. Okay? And one of my last points that I'll get into is thinking we don't have to make great effort, or thinking anything fast is okay to do. I'll also mention a verse on that. And Surah Najm, Ayah 39, man will have nothing except what he strives for. To strive, you actually have to be productive to gain whatever that you desire. Nothing comes without effort. Okay? And in my last point, I'm going to talk about how the more we forget Allah, the more we do focus on distraction. And either when you focus on distraction, you're just being less intentional. And that's one of the things that makes us less productive. When we don't know what we're doing, we just start burning out, and we just tend to have not a purpose anymore. So my advice is, start living what you're reading. Be true to your words. Be more intentional. And in the meantime, between time, I'll see you in the next video.